Hi, and welcome to this Business Solutions Magazine podcast and video interview. I'm Jim Roddy, the president of Jamieson Publishing and Business Solutions Magazine. Thank you for joining us today. As always, we're here to provide information on how VARs can sell more products, penetrate thriving vertical markets, and improve their business operations. We're coming to you today from the press room at the Synnex Spring Training Sales Conference being held at Sky Dome in Toronto. Our guest today to give some actionable information for resellers is Mark Tanner, who is the Vice President of EMJ, a division of Synnex. EMJ is known as a niche distributor for AIDC, point of sale, security, professional video, and access control. Thank you for your time today, Mark.
Thank you, Jim.
So, Mark, a lot of different technologies there that EMJ distributes, and you've had a lot of growth this year, which is a rarity in this economy. And so, can you talk a little bit about diversity and what that means for you, what it means for resellers?
Well, being in different markets, Jim, that helps us leverage markets that are up and offset the markets that are down. And with us being so diverse, when 3 or 4 markets are up and 2 are down, no problem. We can survive through that economy blip. Mm-hmm. And there are a few specific markets that we see are being up right now and very hot, and that is mobility in specific data collection mm-hmm. or in AIDC. This market is all about return on investment for the customer. So, and in this market, end users and customers have to solve problems. They have to do more with less people. Mm-hmm. They have been laying off their work staff. They have tried to get more involved within their business and enabling those workers that are left holding the ship, steering mm-hmm. the ship, to do more and to really contribute.
So mobility is a key. How can folks get into mobility? What are some of the initial steps somebody would need to take?
So first, it's knowing the vendor community mm-hmm. as to developing the AIDC vendors. So depending on what type of data collection you need to do and take, will depend on which vendor is the appropriate one, and we represent a number of ones that contribute to a vast majority of data collection solutions within those verticals.
Okay.
That would be step number 1. Step number 2 is partnering with someone. If you don't offer a software solution today, partner with someone. We can help you to do that matchmaking. Somebody else has come up with a software solution, and maybe they don't want a hardware solution still. So we partner hardware, typical resellers, with an ISV, an independent software vendor, to create that full solution. Because it's all about today is relationships with the customers and relationships with the end users. It is hard to go and pitch a brand new customer technology today. But those customers are willing to trust someone who has helped them in the past, who mm-hmm. has a good relationship with their company today. Mm-hmm. And if we can leverage that relationship and bring in another solution within that mix, that's how we can be successful and help people in mobility.
So you're talking about building relationships. How have you gone about building those relationships and maintaining those relationships? So what things have you done that maybe a reseller can translate into building relationships?
Okay. Specifically with the ISV community, we reach out to those customers and understand their solution and what does their software do, what does it solve. We also bring them in, train our sales staff on these solutions. We don't sell those software solutions, mm-hmm. but it's important for us to understand what matchmaking we can make and create within that reseller community mm-hmm. to approach and build that right partnership right to begin with.
And so that kind of ties in with you're having a conference here. That's where we are at the Synnex Spring Training Sales Conference here in Toronto. And so a lot of folks are cutting back on their conferences, cutting back on travel, things of that nature. You have a good turnout here. So what is kind of the draw? What advice could you give to resellers in terms of what folks are getting out of this conference and why they should keep going to conferences?
Well, number one, we have to celebrate success. We're successful today. We're growing. The independent markets that we have, the niche markets, are growing within certain areas. I need to keep my staff focused. I need to make sure that my vendors understand what my strategies are, where we're winning in an overall marketplace, mm-hmm. and what they can do to contribute to increased success. So yes, we're celebrating some of that success, and we are just pinpointing our strategy with our staff so that we're successful for the next few quarters.
And can you talk a little bit, we have just about a minute left, I've been to other conferences, talked to a lot of resellers and vendors, and there's degrees of despair. But at this conference, it seems like a lot of folks are upbeat, and again, I'm sure it ties in with your company's growth, not doing layoffs, things of that nature. So can you just talk about that feeling, so maybe folks who are listening to this or watching this can maybe get some of that feeling in a difficult economy?
And it is. Every time you turn on the news, you hear something that is depressing about our economy, but we need to really talk about where we are winning. And people are winning out there, even though certain sectors are losing employment and losing their economy growth. There are others that are very much increasing. And again, it's the mobility worker. We're also seeing physical security space being very hot, and our professional video business is actually very strong right now as well. So we're looking forward to taking care of that moving forward.
Great, great. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Hopefully our discussion has given you some information on diversification and maybe shifting that strategy in your business to diversify a little bit more, get into some different technologies and different vertical markets. Before we go, I want to say thanks again to Mark Tanner for joining us today. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, sir.
And thank you to Synnex for inviting us to this conference. BSM is the only media outlet here, and we really appreciate the opportunity to be afforded exclusive interviews like this and access to a lot of good vendors and EMJ staffers. And thanks to you so much for listening and for watching. Our goal at Business Solutions is to provide growth strategies for the IT channel, and we cover a wide range of technologies so we can help you in that first step in researching your diversification. For more information, go to our website at www.bsminfo.com.